Hi, I'm Eli. Me and my wife Emily are going through IVF. She asked me to do this video, wanted my perspective on it. So she told me I'd have to put some thought into this. So I came out to my shop here. This is where I do my best thinking, I guess. Just figured that this is where I was comfortable, so this is where we're going to do it. Give you a little update. We've been trying to have kids here for 2.5, 3 years, however long, and been working with the doctors last year and a half. Just started IVF here a couple months ago. As far as for my opinion on the whole thing, if you want to go to the Christian thing of it all, my theory is the Lord helps those who help themselves. He wouldn't give us this technology, this ability to do all this if that wasn't our way of helping ourselves. That's just my opinion. I know others are different, which is fine. That's just my opinion. I jotted a few things down here. So one of the hardest things for me going through this whole process is seeing her have to go through the pain, having to do the shots for her, knowing that what I'm doing is going to cause her pain. It's pretty tough. I can give myself shots all day long. That's not a problem. I'm used to giving cow shots and stuff like that. But when you have to do that to your wife and knowing that it's going to cause her pain, it's pretty hard. Others are able to do that to themselves, which is fine, which is great. But it's tough for me to see her in the pain. The biggest thing for me, I guess, is a little bit of anger with the whole thing. As you can see from my shop here, I'm a fixer. I like to fix things. That's what I do, other than I used to farm and log in the wintertime. But I fix things, and this obviously is something that I can't fix. It's a little tough for me, a little bit of pride to swallow, I guess I should say. But that's why we're working with the doctors, the ones that know the best and the ones that know more than I do on this subject. That's my way of fixing it, trying to, but a little bit of anger for me, a little tough for me. I know a lot of guys are fixers. That's our nature. It's a tough thing to get over, but you just gotta trust your doctors, be confident in your doctors. Don't go to anyone that you're not comfortable with. That's very important. Another thing is I know it's hard for my wife. Every time we do the test, I know it's hard for myself. I've been pretty optimistic through the whole thing. I know it's easier for me to say, oh, this is going to work, and she's the one that it's not working for. I know it's really hard for her to go through that every test to where it comes back negative, that it didn't work. Nothing, it's just not working. It's very important that as being their partner to be very confident, optimistic, always hold your chin up, try to always encourage. You just need to be a rock, great support, something that she can lean on to. It's tough, but you got to try to stay strong for her. You got to sacrifice a little bit for her once in a while. That's what it's all about, I guess, is being married, is being there for each other. I know for some this could be kind of hard on a marriage, that it could drive you two apart or whatever it may do. For me and my wife, thank God that actually I think it brought us closer, made us more united in a way, to go through this together. We've been through a lot together, my wife and I, just from my past and what things have happened. But I think it's very important to be there for her and to be tough for her. Another thing that helps me get through this process, and I don't know a little bit about my wife, how she does with this, but I am able to talk to a relative. It's actually my sister. It's very important to have someone to vent to, I think, once in a while. Someone other than your wife. You don't need to take it all out on her. Um, it it's nice just to talk to someone else about the thing, whether it's a sibling, parent, best friend, whoever it may be. Just to have a little bit of support from someone else, it really helps a lot. Um, I know that shoot, I lost my train of thought. Um, what else we got? Ba-dum. Sacrifice. Going through this whole process can get to be a little bit of a sacrifice. When we were going to the doctors, it's over an hour and a half drive for us, and driving's what I do now. So I offered to drive for her. That way she could sleep if she wanted before she did the appointment and then went back to work. Uh, that meant getting up at 4:30 in the morning. That way we could be to the doctor in time. Sacrifice. I missed a few sports games because of that, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I mean, I would gladly do it again if that's meant us having a kid and everything. Um, It'll be a little bit of a sacrifice also with that. I know everyone knows IVF is not cheap. Uh, I've been putting in a lot of long extra days, trying to. I'm starting to work a lot of weekends here straight through, which I'm used to anyway from farming, but it was nice there for a while not having to do weekends. But um, we're back to doing that. I've been pulling in a lot of extra hours and haven't seen much of my wife here. I've been working pretty much from before sunup to pretty much right at sunset here. I'm just now finishing my day. That's why I'm doing this now. And it makes another thing with this, with me and my wife going through this IVF. It makes me happy to be married to who I'm married to. Seeing her go through what she's going through, knowing that she's doing it for me and for herself, but that she's doing it for me, means a lot to me that she's willing to go through all of this for us and everything. It's reassuring to know the love for me. It's tough seeing her go through it. Another thing that's nice is the whole IVF crowd, if you want it, the whole support group. I mean, there's tons of people going through this. You got to realize you're not the only ones. There are tons and tons of people going through this. They're very friendly. My air compressor just kicked in. I'll go shut it off. Oh, now where was I? But the doctors have been very good. They've been very kind. They're great to work with. They're very friendly. And, I'm sure if I asked anyone a question, they'd be more than willing to help me out with anything, which I'm offering to anyone else. Any questions, let me know. I'll answer them. I'm more than willing to help in any way that I can, to anyone else that's going through this process. I don't know how helpful this video is going to be, but this is something my wife asked me to do. I'm not one to really share feelings in front of a camera very much, but for her, I'll do it. I'll do it for her. So, if you got any other questions or anything, let me know. other than that, maybe I'll have to do a video too if I come up with more. All right, bye.